The cure to get the stock market back to all-time highs is actually worsening the retirement crisis. I'll tell you why and how to overcome it coming up. My name is Mike Bernard. I am the host of the Wise Money Show. I'm also one of the certified financial planners and owners right here at Korhorn Financial Group. Welcome to this channel. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, and smash that thumbs up button. Okay, have you heard that the cure can't be worse than the disease? Well, I'm not going to debate that, but I will tell you that what Congress has done and really what the Federal Reserve has done during this pandemic and in this recession to help stimulate the economy is going to make it harder for people to retire. I'm not kidding, and it's not for the reason you think. I'm not talking about this recession and how there's, how Congress and so on, we close the economy and now we've got 20 million people unemployed. I'm not talking about that, although obviously that's going to make it harder for people to retire. I'm talking about the actual cure to the stock market. The cure to the stock market was lower interest rates to record lows and pump the system full of trillions of dollars. What that is actually going to do is make it more difficult for people to be able to retire in a sustainable way long term. Why? Well, obviously, your investments recovering 54% from where they were 6 months ago, that obviously helps you to be able to retire. If the stock market was still down 30, 40%, obviously you'd be having a very tough conversation with your CFP saying, hey, how can I build this retirement account back up? Because I'm looking at how can I retire with a shrinking portfolio. So the cure to that was let's stimulate the economy, print a whole bunch of money, and reduce interest rates to record lows. But here's the thing, your retirement sustainability, your ability to retire relies on 5 interrelated factors. We call it the 5-factor retirement plan. The age at which you're going to retire, how much you're going to be spending in retirement, your income in retirement, Social Security, pension, whether you're working part-time, whether you've got rental properties, that sort of thing, how much investments you have and how much you're continuing to save into those investments, but then lastly, the risk and return of your overall portfolio. When interest rates on bonds were 4-5%, that meant the future expected return for a 60-40 portfolio, 60% stock, 40% bonds, or maybe if you wanted to be more conservative going into retirement, 50% stock, 50% bond. When interest rates were 4-5%, that significant portion you had in bonds had an actual rate of return of 4 to 5%. You could expect that moving out into the future. And if inflation was 2%, you had a 2 to 3% real return on your portfolio that would help make it so that you could draw income off of your nest egg and have that nest egg last for 25, 30 years. But when interest rates aren't 4 to 5%, when they're 1 to 2%, and inflation is 2 to 3%, now what's your future expected return? What's your future expected return? For everyone, myself included, and everyone that we work with, and definitely for you as well, that 5th factor, although you didn't do anything, that 5th factor of risk in your portfolio and expected future return automatically went down. Your expected future return automatically went down even though you didn't do anything. The normal 60-40 approach or 50-50 approach to your retirement now has a lower future expected return. And what that means is if you're going to maybe even keep the same level of risk but expect worse or lower future returns, that means you're going to have to go back to those other 4 factors and see what trade-offs you need to make in order to offset the shortcomings of expected return, okay? So this is not, although it is emotional, you've got to set your emotions aside, sit down with your certified financial planner, look at those 5 factors in your own situation and say, what are the trade-offs I need to make? Here are the most common, okay? And you're not going to like any of these, but it's a reality. Here's the most common. So age. Well, you could choose to work an extra year or an extra 2 years, so you could work a little bit longer. Second, The second one is spending. You could figure out a way to spend a little bit less. Maybe you update your budget. Maybe you're looking at, well, we were hoping to have a $10,000 annual vacation budget. Now we're looking at $7,500 annual vacation budget. Or let's be realistic, we're only going to take these big, massive vacations the first 15 years of retirement. So somehow figure out a way to adapt your spending. Third, figure out a way to save more money. Somehow figure out a way to boost that nest egg. That's the fourth factor. Figure out a way to boost your nest egg. You're currently saving 12%, can you increase that to 15%? Something like that. So can you build your nest egg? So those are the three most common trade-offs that you need to make when you realize, well, our future expected returns are now lower. Now my ability to retire on plan has changed. So can you or should you work longer? Can you spend less? Can you save more? There is a fourth option. We're going to be talking about this on an upcoming video, and that is, can I find a way to get more income? Is part-time work in my future the first part of retirement, or maybe have some rental income? Is there some other income that I can get to offset this lower future return that bonds have? So, but those are the trade-offs, and it's not fun to talk about. I'm assuming we're not going to get a bunch of likes on this video, but that is the truth. There's 5 interrelated factors of your retirement plan. Anytime something changes in one of these factors, it's going to alter your options in the other factors. And so without doing anything yourself, when the future risk and return, expected return for your portfolio goes down, you've got to offset that in some other areas. So sorry to be the bearer of bad news, but let me help you now. The way to identify that and figure out a way to get back on track is to sit down with your certified financial planner and review your comprehensive financial plan and retirement plan. If this idea of a 5-factor retirement plan is a new idea to you, run, don't walk to your CFP and build out this plan. It's very possible that you don't have any adjustments you need to make. It's very possible that you were already ahead of pace for that retirement goal, and this adjustment to future expected returns just gets you back maybe more on pace as opposed to ahead of pace. We're having that conversation with a lot of clients. Our confidence ratio for them, for their retirement plan, was 95, 92%, and now it's 85%. Okay, good, you're still on track, So sit down with your certified financial planner, talk through those 5 factors, see if anything's changed in your situation, and if so, discuss what trade-offs you need to make in order to get on track and stay on track. If you don't have a certified financial planner in your life, you need someone that's working through that process, those 5 factors. So you can always contact a member of our team at Korhorn Financial Group. Find us online, korhorn.com, that's Korhorn with a K, or just go to wisemoneyshow.com. You'll find us there as well. You can always email us, you can text us as well. You can email us info@korhorn.com or text us at 574-247-5898. All right, there you have it. Go out and take your next wise step in your financial life.